Hello everybody, my gangsters, how are you? Today I'm going to share with you a few books that I've been reading lately that have been of great service to me, and hopefully they're of great service to you. Something that I tend to do often is read first autobiographies on one hand. On the other hand, I always have a non-fiction book about some subject that I'm interested in. So let me share with you a few books that I've been reading lately and how they help me. First, the last book that I've been reading is Malcolm X Autobiography. This book I read because I heard Casey Neistat recommend it as the greatest book that he ever read, and so I grabbed it. The book is absolutely great, from a very intelligent man that has lived very different and meaningful phases in his life. It is packed with great advice, and it can give you a great understanding of racism problem in America, which surprisingly still after, I don't know, I think it's 4 decades after his death, it is still a big problem in America. And here you can see a super intelligent, smart man talking about this problem, explaining his own journey, explaining his own solutions, his points of view, which were very radical, but at the same time they're super understandable if you know from where he has been brought up and the circumstances that he's lived as a human being. Another book that I've been reading, this is a book that many people maybe will frown upon, because it's a very famous and targeted to the masses and therefore supposedly bad. I don't believe that everything that is targeted to the masses is bad. I believe that some of the content, music, and information that is targeted to the masses can be good, and I think this book is a great example. This book, above all, can teach you many things, but above all, this book teaches you a plane going through the sky of Chiang Mai. This book, above all, teaches you great emotional management. Another fantastic book, Man's Search for Meaning by Viktor Frankl. This is one of those books that I will always keep nearby. I will always reread in different times of my life because I think it has an amazing source of value, and I'll tell you why. This is a man who has been stripped of everything that a man can be stripped of: his family, his health, food, shelter, security, and ultimately the promise of life. So this is really, in every sense of the word, a man who lost everything. In spite of this, he found a way to survive, and he has great awareness of what was going on in his mind and the tools and strategies that gave him strength to move forward in spite of the horrible circumstance he was at. Fantastic book. Another great book that I love, How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie. This is a book that I read many years ago, and I always have handy because I have business that has customer service, and I think this is the greatest book that has been written on how to be a more socially intelligent man. I use the strategies of this book very often, and even especially in the moments where I feel some sort of anger and I'm about to blow up and I really want to react instead of response to a certain person. I always, before doing anything, I go through the table of contents and see if I can find an answer to some sort of way that I could respond better instead of acting out of anger. And this book always helps me to achieve that. Another great book that I read daily. Many people will not be attracted to this kind of book. This is the original Gospel of Ramakrishna. This was an enlightened saint, someone who has transcended ego and probably had zero ego from the moment he was born. and I always read at least one paragraph daily from the words of someone who is a great spiritual master, and by great spiritual master I recognize them by knowing that many saints in the past have recognized that person as a true spiritual master. And I think it is one of the healthiest things to read the words of wisdom of a true spiritual master. It keeps my mind clear of the great wisdom and the great goal of life, and not lose sight of where we all eventually have to direct our efforts. Another great book, because I'm in the marketing and sales business, Confessions of an Advertising Man by David Ogilvy. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing the book correctly, but this is one of the greatest copywriters of all time, and as this is an area that I want to improve at for my business, for my website, and for a lot of things that I do today, always learning information from someone who is the greatest at some area that you want to improve at in your own life will be one of the greatest ways for you to achieve more wisdom, for you to get better strategies, for you to make your actions and efforts way more efficient, and therefore just not losing time doing stuff that doesn't work. And last, this book I haven't read lately. I read it like a year or two ago, but even though I know many people may even laugh, I greatly admire this man, Arnold Schwarzenegger, professionally. I think this is a man who has professionally he has accomplished, he has reached the top of 3 completely different fields. No matter what you think of this man has been incredibly successful in life and can teach every person who wants to become more successful great strategies, the thought process of what it takes to become a winner. And I always have it for moments where I feel that maybe my confidence gets a little bit shaky. These are books that I've been reading lately that I've loved, and hope you find the same great value that I found in them. And see you next time, my friend.